Hello, welcome to Mama House.
I'm Wen.
And I'm So. And we're so excited to be hanging out together again, chatting.
Yes.
Oh man, we've had some time to just be with ourselves in our solitude. And I love that for us. I think that that's very healthy to have. And so in our time of solitude, I feel like we grow so much and we gain so much more perspective. I think you and I are very introspective, so we really take time to be with ourselves and tune in, okay, and reflect on our lived experiences.
Yeah.
And I don't only want to talk about relationships today, but also things that we have recently been processing and learning from them. I know that I've been thinking of a few and I was sharing it with you, and we thought that it would be a great time to have a discussion about this, because we know that you guys have things to share and can relate as well, because I feel like there's an opportunity of learning in every relationship we have, whether it's romantic or not. And so, yes, I want to get started off with you. When you think of your romantic relationships specifically, and it's not like people you've dated long term, but just people who maybe it's a crush, maybe it's someone who had been interested in you, maybe it's someone you did kind of talk to for a little bit and gotten to know. That's what I mean about people you've dated in romantic relationships. So what are some things that kind of stick out for you?
Yeah, this is a good conversation because as someone who has multi-dated in the past, multi-dating is, I hate to over-explain myself, but it's just getting to know people and vetting out to see, am I compatible with this person? Am I not? It's getting to know someone. And in that process, I've learned a lot.
Ooh.
I've learned so much. For starters, I dated someone who taught me how to roll a blunt. And that was amazing.
A tight one too.
A really good blunt. And I'm very grateful for that. We didn't last very long. Things, we went on a few dates and it just didn't work out, and it was fine.
Is there a trick? Is there a technique to it?
It was just the way that he did it, because I was like, I have nails, I don't think I'll be able to do it. He was like, of course you'll be able to do it. Why would you not be able to do it? And so it's just the way he really spoke life into me as I was learning. And he's like, you gotta hold it like this, and as you're rolling, do this. And it was nice. It's something that his technique I will use. So that was nice. There was another guy who I dated, and he was one of my favorites, and he taught me that, not that he taught me, through the time that I spent with him, I realized I really want marriage again. I really want children. So some of them I learned really small, minor things, and some of them I learned huge, tremendous, life-changing realizations.
That's cool, because in that moment, it's ew, why did I waste my time with you? Waste. But then you're wait, no, it wasn't a waste of time.
Not at all.
I learned this from it. Even if it's to roll a blunt.
Yeah.
It's wow, okay, I learned that from you, from getting to know you. And sometimes that's the greatest thing you could get from that relationship. That was the purpose of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Okay, wait. Tell me about you, though.
For me, so it's actually one of the songs that I introduced you to. If I say, he's gonna know exactly who he is, but it's not like he watches anyway. Right? Yeah, we're not connected anymore at all. But yeah, so it's the song "On and On" by House Fires, and it's this worship song. I think typically Christian people listen to it, but you can interpret music and artwork however you want. So what it means to you is what it means to you. It's true to you, and so it's just such a beautiful song that that we listen to.
Yeah.
And I was wow, maybe a part of the reason why, he and I were crushing on each other was for me to find that song through him. I was that's one of the greatest things I got from my time with him. I feel it's everything. You learn from every relationship.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, some I learned to be more stern on my boundaries. Okay, I feel I didn't voice myself enough. The next relationship I'm going to. So I feel with all those relationships, I've learned more of practicing using my voice and standing up for myself and making sure that I'm firm on my boundaries and my standards.
Yeah.
I feel they all tested that, actually.
Every guy tests that. Every single one of them.
Yeah. They be annoying sometimes. I'm ooh.
I've learned a lot as well from every everyone, everything.
Oh yes, there's another one. It's like you don't. I don't want to be with the Dusty. I think I knew that before him though, but it was like, see,
He confirmed it.
yes. Oh my gosh, yeah, he confirmed it.
I learned I never want to be in a relationship with someone who is in the military. Never. I do not want that. I don't want him active, inactive. I don't want anyone with military background at all. Because there is like, I don't know how women are in the military, but a lot of the men in the military, and again, this isn't all of them, but people are going to be like, it's not everyone. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Argue with your mama. But like, I just can't do it. I can't do it. I won't do it.
Yeah, that's your preference. I hate when people be trying to make us feel bad for our preferences.
The military does a great job at programming your mind to follow the masses and to not challenge things. And it's not necessarily like, I don't think people in the military can be good people. It's just your whole entire time there is you just taking orders, you just obeying, you just following the rules. It's very hard to critically think for yourself when you're in a system that doesn't allow you to do it. And that's what I learned from dating someone in the military.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that you said that. Like, all right, I tried it. I don't like it.
Yeah, I tried it.
I realized through dating is I like older men. They talk to you differently. And like they know that you're the prize. Like they are less likely to be like, yeah, I'm the prize. But they're like, yeah, I know I don't deserve a beautiful young woman, so I'm going to treat you better.
Yeah.
It's weird. I've always liked older guys since I was a little girl.
I like older guys too, but some of them, they're only old.
Yeah, not all of them are mature just because they're old.
They don't act like mature. Like, I also, what I learned, I don't like guys who don't let me hate guys. Well, why you want me to like guys? Like, you know what I mean? Like when they get mad, you're a man hater. If I was a man, I would want to be with a man hater. Why would I want a woman who is like for every man?
Yeah, it's like y'all be warning us about them, but then once we hate them, then you're like, why do you hate them? Don't hate them.
Yeah, but you also don't like us being around men because you don't trust men because they're bad. I'm sorry. Help me understand. Oh, I don't like guys who can't critically think.
Yeah, of course.
I know that's so basic, but it's like, whoa, when you try to give a non-critically thinker a chance and it's like, oh, you can't do it.
Okay, so I'm still friends with my ex's mom and sisters, and I actually just hung out with them.
There go that info again.
But like, because I was, getting ready to hang out with his family, I was thinking about our relationship and how grateful I was for it. Not because I want to be with him. It's like, no, I don't want to be with him. But like, I'm able to look back and be like, wow, this is why we were together. And sometimes I regret dating him because I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, we were so young, and then now there's like this misconstrued view of each other because we dated and it didn't work out. Like, one of the things that stuck out to me that I learned from having been with him was, okay, he taught me to be myself. Like, he told me to let loose. Like, on our first date, it was actually junior year prom, and that was our first time ever hanging out. And I remember I was shy, growing up in the church, we were like, dancing is sinful and it's this and that, so I was like really like conservative and reserved. And he was like, just let loose, just be yourself. And I was like, oh, okay. So he actually taught me to sway, and he made me feel comfortable. So I learned that I love dancing, I love being me, even though at the end of the relationship he didn't like me for who I was, but at least I was me. I learned to become myself. Another thing is, he taught me the ukulele. And so I was like, wow, I know this because he taught me, and it was so easy. And so I was like, okay, if it's just the relationship with his mom and his sisters and learning the uke and being myself and learning to enjoy dancing, those are the 5 things I learned from that relationship, I'm glad that it happened.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I was like, wow, I think if we dig for the beauty, we're gonna find it. And I was like, that is why we happened.
Wow.
And you know how like we're becoming more in tune with like energies and spirits? Sometimes I tap into our energies, even with like people who are living. And I'm like, oh my gosh, sometimes I communicate stuff that I never got to say to him. And like, I don't know exactly if it's just like my projection of what I'm thinking he's saying to me, but I try to tune into that too. Like I get the sense where, because for a long time I felt like he had a grudge, because he does hold grudges, and like for a while I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, he's still holding a grudge against me. But I'm like, I think now it's like we were young and we didn't know, like, because what he did wasn't okay too,
Right.
and how I was like, I didn't react the best to things, but it's like, okay, we were 18 years old, so
Like, he
of
understands
course.
now.
I don't know, but I know me, but.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do
That's
you
what it
feel
should
me?
be like. I do understand what you're saying. I don't think they're gonna understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably not.
I don't think they're gonna understand, but I get where you're coming from. Even am I projecting that that's what he's feeling? Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Energy doesn't lie. A lot of people don't understand it, but that doesn't mean it's not true.
Yeah.
You know. So, wow, you've learned some real sweet things that for. Yeah, like for me, I learned
Not so sweet.
I don't like a loser. I know. For me, I need I know yours are. He taught me how to play the ukulele. I learned this song. I don't like a loser. I don't like a bum. I don't like a guy who don't know how to do stuff. I like a man. I learned I am in my most feminine, graceful state when a man is doing something he loves doing and it services me.
Yes.
Like a man who knows how to fix something, and when he wants to make my life easier, I like that. It makes me feel very like safe. I really enjoy a man who has talent and skill and hobbies and
Yeah, I agree. And you deserve that. I also like a man who can make plans. Like, I don't like it when a guy is always asking me what I want to do. Just take the lead. Take the lead.
yeah.
Do it. Like, why you always gotta wait on me? I don't like that. That would turn me off instantly.
Yes. I like a guy who remembers something that I said and like he does it later on. It's like, oh my gosh. I think that's so attractive.
That's love.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the little things.
It really is the little things.
It's not only when you remember, but you care. Because there was this guy I used to be with. He remembered I was allergic to shrimp, and he would purposely order stuff with shrimp.
Oh my god, who the hell?
You know, booty hole guy. Yeah.
Oh, he definitely seemed like that. I don't know if y'all know what we're talking about. Booty hole guy. That's the guy who had poop on his boxers. That's that guy. What episode was that from that we talked about that?
That was probably, it was Big Ick. It was like one of the first three.
Big Ick.
First three, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
Big Ick.
yes.
But he was fun, though. Like, I think I had
He was exciting.
a fun time with him. Yeah.
And that's another thing. I think some guys are just meant there for like a good time, like to
Yes.
show you, like, okay, I want to challenge you to express yourself more. To like, as the last guy, he introduced me to new music.
Oh.
Yeah, like you'll never see me listening to metal, but I can see where there's a world where metal is like, okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a guy that also paid for everything, and I really like that.
Thai banana? Oh.
Yeah, Thai banana.
Yeah, no, I like that too.
Yeah, it's like, open all my doors, pay for everything, send me money. Great. I like that.
I like a guy who, like, when I'm having like a moment of sassiness where I'm like really in my feels, he knows what to say to like ease me out of that. I don't want to get yelled at when I'm already going through my emotions. I learned that guys who have a good relationship with their mom specifically view women better. It is possible to have not the best relationship with your mom, but those kinds of guys, it is almost guaranteed that they freaking hate women. From the guys I've dated.
Oh.
So I really, really value a man who loves his mom and his sisters, and yeah.
You can tell too when they have been surrounded by women. They move differently. They know how to treat us more
Yeah.
kindly.
I learned a lot of guys might like guys. And I'm not even saying that to be funny. I'm saying that as in like, oh, you want me to be your homie. Like, you want to kick it with me. You don't want me to come with like my feelings and my sass and like, you know, all the things that kind of make me who I am as a woman, like my touch, my care. You don't want that. You just want me to look like a woman, but to be a man. And I've learned there are some guys who that's what they want. They should just go be with that.
Yes, and then they get mad when you encourage them to.
They do get mad when you
It's like,
encourage
I
them
want you to
to.
be your most authentic self. You don't have to pretend like you don't do everything for the validation of men.
Yeah.
Because they do. A lot of the guys I had been with in the past, like they do everything for.
For the man.
There was a man. He helped me to see that good men exist, and so
Oh, yes.
yeah, I'm like, okay, they're not all like this, but they exist. Like they can be faithful. They can keep their word. He also remembered things about me. Like I remember he would be like, "I remember you like boba. Let's go get boba."
I do like that.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, okay. And men who meet you where you are. Like they don't make you do too much, but he's like, I'll come pick you up. I'll do this. I reserved this. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Like when they take charge, initiative.
Yep. And when they problem solve for you, like if something comes up, like I remember I got burnt here one time and the guy sent me bandages and ointment, scar treatment, all of that. And I was having cramps. Sent me tea, sent me a lot of things. And I'm like, okay, this is nice. They should.
Yeah.
Yeah. Want to solve your problems, be there for you.
I agree. I also really like it when a man knows how to handle attitude. In general. We were talking about good guys.
Oh, yeah.
Like how we learned a lot from good guys too.
Yeah, like they can be faithful. They can have integrity. Like, why is that surprising? But it was so surprising to me. Guess that's what happens when you don't have a good father figure in your life. Or male figures in general, you know?
Yeah. It's a continuum for me of like my view of men, of guys in general. And then guys get offended when you talk about like your experiences with guys and how like, oh, it's been like this, kind of hasn't been that great. And it almost seems like they try to like blame us somehow, but I'm like, it's y'all. If the good ones would just like correct the bad ones from time to time, there would be a lot more good ones. But
Yeah. And then, you know, the unkind ones to do better. Like if they themselves stop being horrible,
yeah.
doing unkind things, then we wouldn't have to feel like they're all like this or that they're mostly like this.
Yeah. Nonetheless, learning opportunity for us, man.
But whenever I would buy brand new clothes, my ex actually was like, he was kind of a clean freak in regards to clothing. And so he actually taught me like, okay, you should wash your clothes once you buy new clothes. So I was like, oh, okay, I just thought they were new clothes. I'm just going to wear them.
I like clean guys.
Yeah.
I learned I like a clean guy.
It's actually so refreshing to have.
Who was clean? Oh, you really?
Yeah, when it came to clothes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Although he would have like rips in his underwear, but like, what? But when it came to like clothes, it's like, ew. He was very like germophobic. Which I don't mind. It's like, okay, cool, clean. That's great. I like a clean man.
I do like a clean man too.
Ooh, I like someone who is clean physically too. Like a nice, clean, like, you know, he's well groomed, well taken care of outwardly because he let himself look crazy. And I remember I would be like, please, like, get a haircut, you know, shave. And he'd be like, no. But it was as soon as we broke up, guess who shaved? Guess who had a haircut? It's because Flu was coming up. Salt was coming up. So he was like, you know. I have long church man trauma.
Ew.
Yeah. But I'm like, ew. But so I
Yuck.
learned I need someone who takes good care of his appearances too. Yeah. And not have shorts with booty hole stains on it either. Yeah. I want someone who's financially stable. That matters a lot because how you spend your money says a lot about yourself. They pay their own bills. Great. They're not in debt. Ooh, great.
These are all so basic. Everything that we're saying is like a grown man should just have. It's not even like a good guy and a not good guy. It's just you're an adult. You should have that. You should be able to do that.
Yeah. You know how like words are your thing?
Yes.
I love music. Some of the guys, like from my experience in having dated them, I also was introduced like new music, like songs from them. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe that was like one of the things, you know, that I try to find good things to learn from these relationships. Like, okay, certain songs they showed me or played for me. I also want someone who's musically inclined. Like I want someone who I could play music with and sing with, harmonize with. Like, that's what I realized I really would like and prefer.
Yeah, that I don't care about at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I get why you would like that. I think it's important for you. For me, I really need someone who can have a hard conversation. And can take leadership in that. Like, hey, you know, wants to bring things up to my attention and is not always waiting on me to do something or to say something. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I have a confession. I also learned I want someone who can correct me when I'm doing too much. Not in a way where he's like, shh. I hate someone who does shh to you. I've had exes who shushed me, and I'm like, ew, don't do that ever again.
Yeah. The latest guy I dated shushed me too. And I was like, I know you ain't talking to me with your yapping ass.
Right. It's like the audacity. Ew.
It's the knowing how to correct us too.
Right. Like sometimes in the past when I've been disrespectful, I don't respect you if you take my disrespect. But if you call me out on my disrespect, it makes me want to respect you.
So you be testing them too?
Yeah, of course. We should.
That's so funny.
Because I'm like, I want you to show me that you respect yourself and love yourself. Because if you do that for yourself, then you are also able to do that with me.
I would agree.
Yeah. It also... It also makes me hot, like it turns me on a little bit, because it's like, oh my gosh, like it's sexy.
When
it's
he
like,
knows
ooh,
how to
talk to you.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like the older guys I've dated, like when I'm giving them a little bit too much sass, then they're like, chill out, baby girl. Chill out, calm down, and it's like, okay, that makes me want to like listen to them and respect them. So that's helpful, and I really do think it's the way that they say it too and go about it, and how, and like they don't feel like they need to overdo it and get loud with you, because they already know that they're also, you know, great and cool.
It's giving me flashbacks of just some conversations where it's like, okay, yeah, I know I have an attitude sometimes, but when a man matches my sass, oh no. And I'm not saying that guys can't get frustrated with us. I'm actually saying quite the opposite. You're frustrated with me. Please know how to ease my attitude right now. Like, you telling me that I'm doing too much, I'm doing the most, is not helping.
Yes.
You guys, like, we just have to know how to communicate with each other. And the moment that I can trust a man that he can communicate with me, I will release, you know, I will calm down. I will chill out.
Even if it's just like, instead of like you're doing too much, if it's simply like, are you doing okay, babe?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Like, what's
Did
wrong
you
with
have
your
that
energy?
day?
Yeah.
That would
Tell me
be
about your
very
energy.
helpful.
I dated a guy who he was like, you don't know how to not give attitude. I was like, actually, I do know how not to give attitude. It's just when it comes to you, you don't care when I give attitude or not. So I'm just going to automatically jump to the attitude part. Because I don't want to. You know how much more energy it takes for me to say something to someone with attitude? Because if you was never listening to me, I'd be like, girl, are you not listening to me again? But we don't have that. We could just have normal conversations.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Wow. So many lessons learned. Oh my gosh. I also learned from the people you dated, and I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that either, or that.
Yeah.
Or, I like that. Okay, this guy's really like this. I like that.
There was a guy who taught me that women have to learn how to let go and walk away.
Oh, yeah.
That a man will not respect you if you cannot walk away from him. That was one of the most powerful lessons of my life. Because it was ultimately what he said to me that made me walk away from him. I was heartbroken.
See, they be testing us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a valuable lesson, though.
It's good that you learned from it.
I grew a lot from him specifically, because I learned a lot from my ex-husband too. But it was like the lessons I learned from my ex-husband. It was out of anger. It was like out of like survival, how to really just be a person. But this one, I was like, okay, I want marriage, I want kids, I want some, because he was very patient and kind. I was like, okay, I want someone who's patient and kind to me like that, who knows how to handle my attitude, and who can correct me when I'm wrong without making me feel, you know. And so I was like, okay, I get it. Yeah.
Wow. I also learned a lot of perspective looking back at these relationships, and especially having dated when I was younger. when we were younger, it's like, okay, this guy I dated within high school, I'm gonna give a different kind of grace because we were in
Yeah.
high school. And then in college or, my early 20s, it's like I expected more, especially because you were older. So there's like a different kind of grace there. But with that comes forgiveness. Like, man, I used to think I was good with forgiveness. I spoke way too soon. I really struggled with forgiveness for a while. I still do sometimes, but I feel myself being more free from those past relationships. Yeah, wow, forgiveness through those
Forgiveness.
relationships. It's not like
Yep.
justifying what they did, but like setting myself free and you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's a process. Like, I've also learned a lot about our brothers with dating because it's like, okay, a lot of guys feel this way. A lot of guys feel like they're not understood. They don't have a safe place to go. They can't express their emotions. And I would like to say it's not true, but their belief system is so strong where they don't feel like they can. And it's like, okay. So I also learned I need a man who already is comfortable and feels safe to do that with me. Because if you are a safe woman that they can do that to and they don't feel like they can, they will never anyway. And I'm like, okay, I can't force it, can't push it.
Oh yeah. I like that. Just like how in a similar way, but different, how you can't change a man. Like they come as they are, just like how we come as we are.
Yeah.
We like what we like, they like what they like. If they want to like women's half naked photos of women on Instagram, like I used to beg a man to not do that. And I'm like, do you. I want you to do what you're going to do so I can see and make my own decisions based on what I see. And yeah, that's helped a lot. I wish I knew that when I was younger.
Yeah.
I think I tried so hard to control, like, no, please don't do this. That would have saved me from a lot of heartbreak and disappointments and useless arguments that led to nothing, to nowhere.
We want to have too much control of people. Like, I want you to be like this. I want you to answer me like that. I don't want you. And it's like, you know what? Just do whatever you want to do. Let me do whatever I want to do. And if we align, then we align.
I also learned a lot about myself too in relationships. Sometimes I could be way too emotional in a relationship. It brings out a different side of you when you're in a relationship. Because I'm like, when I'm alone, I don't experience this. But it's only when you're with someone where it brings out like this crazy side of you at times. It depends on what it is. But I realized like, okay, I need to be more strategic with my emotions. Like if he can easily say and do this that will affect me and my energy and my emotions, like that's too much. Like no one should have control over you like that. So I learned like, okay, I want to be better with controlling my emotions.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you on that. That has been a huge problem in my life because I just feel like I used to feel like when you're in a relationship, I'm gonna tell you everything. You're gonna be my confidant. I'm gonna go, and it's just like, you know what? At the end of the day, he's not wired to understand everything. It's like some things I gotta say for the ladies. Like I want to vent. Let me vent to my sister. Like some guys are just. I gotta come back when I have a clearer mind.
Yeah.
Because I learned guys are like, they always say they're very simple. Sometimes they're not. But in their communication, it's like, okay, it's a very specific thing that they respond well to. And in my emotions, I say things that is like, yeah, that wasn't helpful.
Ooh, self-control.
One thing I learned about myself in relationships is I need to shut up. Like, I just need to be quiet. And for a long time, I used to be so offended by being told, like, you're talking too much. It's just like, you know what? That's the reality is I don't have to say. At first, I didn't know what to say at all, and I couldn't say anything. And now it's like, I don't know how to shut up. And I'm like, I got to find the balance in between that.
That's real, though.
Yeah.
I like someone who's romantic. Like, don't come to me if you're not.
Yes.
Like, I want flowers. I also, from dating, it helped me to see when someone is not consistent. I think oftentimes men, they be doing a little bit better in the beginning. And then once they feel like they got you, then they change. And no, I realize I really want consistency. I want to see who you truly are. If you keep your word, if you mean what you say.
I like that. I like that too. I like a man who just does. I realize like I like a man who speaks as well. But a lot of guys speak and they don't follow through. I want a man of integrity who his words and his actions align constantly. It's hard to trust when you don't really know, like, oh, you can be consistent, because it definitely goes hand in hand with their consistency. And a lot of them are better in the beginning. I want someone who that's just his way of life without me. Him as a person, this is just who he is. I'll shut up for that. For a
Yeah.
man who is a good man through and through, and I can trust that I will.
They're so like insecure or and scarce with you that they kind of just they I don't like men who have anxiety where they
Oh
feel like
my
they're gonna lose
gosh.
you, so then they kind of already
Dude,
mess it all up
I
and don't give
hate
themselves.
anxiety. I cannot say it anymore. I will, yeah. No.
Yeah. Insecure men. Men really do tell on themselves. Like I know you often talk about how just listen to people and they'll tell you exactly who they are. And I used to be in denial about that. Like, no, but that's not them. But they said this. And just because they said it doesn't mean they mean it, because
Yeah.
people say a lot of things that they don't mean so that they can gain whatever they want to gain. Or so that they can feel good and look good.
Relationships and dating in general, like, are interesting because it really brings out a piece of you that you don't see when you're alone, like you and I mentioned. Some of them are like really painful, like they reopen wounds that I thought I had healed, and some of them are like showing me where I've healed. Yeah. It's actually a wonderful journey. I think dating is such a beautiful thing.
Yeah. It definitely also affects your energy in a different way, because sometimes I just don't have the energy to date. Like I just be uninterested in dating at all, period, right now in my life. And it's not to say that I won't be in like a few months. You know, who knows? It just really depends. You just gotta flow with it, because some seasons I'm like, I'm ready. I'm feeling mentally well and I have capacity. And then other seasons I'm like, nope, not right now.
Yeah.
I just can't. You gotta know what you want. I used to not know what I want either. I feel like I'm still learning what I want, and what I prefer.
Yeah. I mean, it's through these opportunities that you'll figure that out. Like, I'm always learning too. I feel like a lot of people feel when they're dating someone or they're in a relationship with someone, they have to deal with this person even as things they dislike come about. It's like, you ain't got to. You need to observe, you need to take note, and move accordingly.
Yeah. I prefer someone who's also aligned with me and that we can have similar interests and values.
Yeah.
That matters so much. Because I don't even want to be around you if we can't even have meaningful conversations. And also, like, even if we don't agree on everything, that, like, if you can't even try to understand where I'm coming from and who I am, then I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Especially how different life is for us as women, you know? A lot of men don't even understand that.
I feel like we've been in relationships or like dated people where it's like they really make you feel bad about yourself, right? Like, damn, okay, yeah, I know I messed up. Okay, yeah, I know I have a lot of trauma. But I've also dated people where it's like I see myself in a better light because of them. Like I had someone who told me, it was like, I love the questions you ask me, but honestly, your questions, I answered them and you already have another question for me. And I'm still trying to figure out like the question you just asked me. And I'm like, oh, okay, I need to work on being more patient and understanding. And the way that he was able to correct me in that way too, I was able to see myself in a better light. Like, okay, I am very quick on this and I could work on this. What?
I love how deep we are. Like, we are so great that like, our partner gotta be,
Yeah, he's
our
gotta be
partner's
amazing.
gotta be amazing. Like, at our level and or higher.
I feel like a lot of people have a hard time believing that like we can take criticism, because he was like, listen, you asked me a question and I answered it. You asked me another one right away. I'm still trying to think about the last one you asked. But it was the way he was able to critique me and was like, you know, this. And I'm like, oh, okay. It is about how a man is and his energy. We're magnetic. So if we're like, you know, repelling each other, it's not going to work.
I have an embarrassing story that kind of reminds me. Is like
tell me.
piggybacking off of that. So one time I was at Dave's Hot Chicken.
Oh, gosh.
And I don't know if you know about this one.
It's not about the strawberry milkshake, is it? Oh, no.
No, I was at Dave's Hot Chicken with this guy. And we got our food. And I was like, okay. Let's talk about 10 things that we're grateful for. He got pissed off at me.
I remember this was this
You
guy.
remember this? Yes, he got pissed off at me. It was like, man, why the fuck you always want to talk about shit that blah, 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 blah. Why can't we just fucking eat and blah, blah, blah. I was like, wow, you got mad at me because I want to talk about 10 things I'm grateful for? that we're grateful for.
That's crazy.
Yes, and I was like, okay, misalignment. Okay, I wasn't even supposed to be with him. I learned so much from that. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to attract a partner who is aligned with me and who I can grow with and be sentimental with and have these deep, meaningful conversations with. That means so much to me. I don't even settle for friendships where I can't even get deep with.
Right.
I'd rather just not be your friend. I'd rather be single than be with a man just for validation. Like, no, I don't care. I don't need your validation. I know who I am.
Period.
So that's one of the things I learned from being with him.
I like that. I think gratitude is very important. I like a man who is grateful, who like puts intention into things. Like, I had someone build me something once, and he built it, and one piece was upside down. He took the whole thing apart to redo it right. I like a man who cares, and you know, the things that he does, it matters to him because it's a representation of who he is. I like that a lot.
Ooh, yes. I also like someone who's not fake. And I know that's like duh, but it's like it was really like it changed so much because someone could be some way to everyone else, but with you it's different. And I've experienced that with actually a handful of the guys that I had gotten to know. I don't consider myself a Christian anymore, but at the time I was. And so but it's like regardless, I've always believed in God. And I remember there were times where I would talk with him over the phone because we were long distance for most of our relationship, and I would be like, okay, let's talk about God. Like, I want to talk about how good God has been to us. And his was very shallow. Like, he did not want to talk about God. And okay, maybe he got tired of it because he talked about God all the time in school, whatever he studied for. But it's like, if you're dedicating your whole life to something, wouldn't you want to talk about that? Because for me, having been a social worker for a while, I care about social justice. Like, that's stuff I'm passionate about. I want to talk about and get into, no matter how much we discussed it in school. But like, this is personal. Not only was it something I studied, it's personal. But like, for someone who studied theology and stuff like that, wouldn't you want to talk about that? And like, I didn't really study God and go to school for that. But it was personal to me. So I wanted a partner who also wanted to talk about God. But he didn't want to get in depth. And I'm like, oh, okay, I don't like that. I feel like that wasn't genuine. I want someone who's like actually into it.
It goes back to the consistency thing. It's like, who are you? Like, when no one is around? I guess, I keep reflecting on what we're thinking. If I look like I be lost in thought, it's just because my brain is just going. I'm just thinking about, like, if someone just is who they say they are and do what they say that they do, it would be so easy. It's just the fact that, like, we're so used to people who are like, oh, sometimes you are, sometimes you're not. It's hard for me to keep up with when you're actually being the thing. Yeah.
I used to struggle with that. Like, early on in my relationships, I was so petty and passive. I did not know how to communicate. This hurt me. That, like, you did this, that hurt me. So then they would just have to guess. Like, I didn't mean what I said. And so once I grew out of that, I'm like, oh, okay. I can tell you straight up. And I think men can't handle me because I would just tell you straight up now, and they can't handle that either.
They don't like that.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, this is hard, but I know we'll find our people.
Well, men who don't like that don't like that. I do believe that because I have great guy friends who they will receive me when I say something, and so it gives me hope. Man,
you know what's so ugly?
What?
Like, I get the biggest ick from this when you express yourself to a man who did something that hurt you, like something horrible that they knew was horrible, that hurt you. They do this ugliest cry on the phone to make it about themselves. Y'all know what it is? It's the kind where it's like, it's like they cry so hard on the phone, and it's just like you get the biggest ick ever in life.
I seen that on Instagram, and it was this girl who caught her husband cheating, and he did that cry, and there were so many girls in the comments like, wait, do we all live the same life? Do they all do that cry? It's that same cry.
It is so ugly, and I don't ever really call anything ugly, but that is the ugliest thing ever. That's gross.
Ick. Here's another thing, and I feel like we've already discussed this before, but a guy who won't compliment you because you hear it enough.
Oh. Ooh, yeah.
Hilarious.
I like it when men are they're not afraid to pour into you. Like, they're abundant in pouring into you. Even if it's compliments. It's like, I don't care how much I think you receive it, I'm going to give this to you because this is how I feel about you. Someone who's not afraid to be themselves. I know it's oftentimes like men treat you differently when they're around their boys. And
yeah, because that's what they actually like, which is okay. I think it's perfectly fine, but Don't try to play this game where it's like you want this, but you want this too. I like consistency. I think we just like authenticity.
Yeah. And a man who's not a mama's boy or a family's boy, because they be all up in that they have like zero leadership skills. I had dated a boy who's the oldest son, oldest brother, and you can tell a difference between a baby boy versus the oldest boy. I like someone who knows how to lead and takes initiative.
Have y'all ever dated a middle boy? He shares clothes with his mom.
Ew. I mean, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Did you share his clothes too? Which means you share clothes with his mom or no?
I never wore his clothes.
Okay.
I don't know, like, when you're with a mama's boy, it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll just be your side chick, I guess.
Ew, that's weird.
I don't know. I learned a lot. One thing I also learned about guys is that, like, if they know about your past relationships and they do a little bit better than your past ex, they think that they're a lot better. They're competing with the men from your past. Like, they're wanting to prove that I'm better than him because I like guys and I'm better than him. And it's like, you're competing with my ex who didn't have a job. You like that? Do you feel good about yourself?
That's why they be asking about your past sometimes.
And now it's like, oh, but the thing about people don't know about me is I've dated like good guys after that too. I've had a lot of great experiences. So people need to know they're competing against us. How peaceful our lives are, how much fun we have. People are like, you're crazy. Yeah, I know. I am crazy. I'm not a normal person. I'm not. I don't know why a person would tell me that thinking it's an insult. It's not an insult. It's just a statement. Everyone's a little crazy. I just don't hide mine.
You're authentic. You value that.
I want that. Like, not crazy, but I think people don't realize crazy is down the road after I've said something over and over and over and you're not listening. But I'm also learning to let that go as well. And that's part of the emotional thing that we're talking about.
Wow. Oh, there are so many things to learn. I feel like the more I grow in wisdom and perspective, I'm able to see more even from those past relationships, thankfully, because some people don't take the time to do that. So I'm like, okay, I don't want those lessons and experience to be in vain. I want to take something good from it, even if it was painful, even if it was so hard.
So you're constantly looking at the past and like reflecting on that?
I don't know about constantly, but
I constantly do.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, there's like this quote that it was like, people always say that you can't change the past. You actually can. Like, when you think about it in a different place, like in the different present moment, the past does look different. And you are always changing the past with wherever you are in the current moment. And that's me, though. I do think about the past. I think about time very often. If you go back and watch Mama House, I've been talking about time for a long time. The past, present, and future is all whatever you think. So many learning opportunities here. And I know some guys probably like dated me, probably like, this girl is crazy. Yeah, I was. I'm sorry, I think, depending on what it was that we're talking about, but
That's true.
I learned a lot. And I hope you guys understand that, like, we're always growing too. And like you mentioned, like, whoever you dated when you were in high school, you have a different kind of grace for them than you would a 35-year-old man, right? So we do also understand how to measure.
Thank you so much for being here. There's so much to learn and unpack through all of our relationships that we've had. Sometimes it's hard to see the purpose, especially if it was painful. There's definitely a lesson in everything, something to learn from everyone that you meet. I'm definitely learning a lot as I'm processing relationships over time. It all comes when it's meant to come too, because who I was like 2 years ago, I don't think I would have this perspective. So I wasn't able to dig as deep. We always appreciate our time with you and with each other. Just being real about our lives, okay?
Yeah.
It's not always easy talking about it, but we're happy that you're here. Yeah, thank you for being here. See you next time.
See ya.
Great at concluding. Let me turn this off.
My stomach over here.